Ahoy there, 10 AM Rain Sensei here. I hope you saved your progress, because today we're going to make a body with a cube. There is a video I encountered several months ago which completely changed how I make bodies. I'm not going to go deep into the science or logical reasoning as to why this mesh works so well, but to summarize, just try to place your hands together, like in a prayer fashion, and open them as if your fingertips were a hinge. That movement right there is very useful. You can capture it very easily with careful vertex planning. It'll help a lot with shoulder and arm movement as well as other parts of the body. On the other hand, I'm going to add some more video references if you want to learn more about the reasons behind this design we're going to go over right now. Okay. So, let's get out of edit mode and go to object mode. And before I do anything, let's turn screencast keys on. Nice. We're going to add another cube. So we go to here, add mesh cube. Again, make sure the X value is 0, so it's in the center. We're gonna grab this and scale it and grab it into the Z direction. This cube is going to be the area where the neck meets the body. I know that sounds a little weird, but just bear with me for a little while. So we're going to scale this a little bit more. Grab in the Z direction. About there should be alright. And Control A. Apply all transformations. Let's go into modeling. We're gonna just grab this in the Y direction and just drag it back a little bit. Just a little bit. Back into layout, just so you can see what I'm doing with the screencast keys. You getting it so far? Now, remember when I said that the subdivided cube is very useful? We're doing that here. So let's add a modifier, add a subdivision surface here. We're going to go to levels viewport over here and change it to 2. Don't we love that shape? Yes, it is very good. Very good. Now, we're going to apply it here. We're going to go to edit mode and make sure X-ray is on so we can see through it. The ones that we want to select are this one here and this one here. Hopefully you still have lasso on. You can select this properly. And then to deselect, we hit Control. Alright? We deselect this one here and this one here. Alright, so that's from the person's left that we're making here. Our right. So it looks like that. All the way around. You also could just come to this side and select the middle instead of going the left-right thing. Anyway, back to the front. We're going to hit E to extrude. And then before clicking anything, we're going to hit the right click once and hit Alt S, which will scale along each one of these points instead of only in one direction. So let's say this is going to be the shoulder area. So about there. about there. I'm going to scale one of these sides, but first let's get rid of this circle because it's going to be a little in the way. Going to be a little in the way, so X and delete the faces, only the faces. We're gonna go over to this side, grab this, scale it in the Y direction, S, Y. Gonna grab this, scale it in the Y direction, S, Y. You can do that a couple times to make sure it's straight. Alright, we're gonna mirror this. So delete that side, delete the vertices, add a modifier over here, mirror modifier, clipping on. This will save us a lot of time than going back and forth all the time. I'm gonna select that area, make sure it selects all the way through. I'm gonna hit G twice, GG. Gonna select this area, hit G twice, but remember to have your cursor like above this area. Oh, actually, this whole area we want to extrude, not just that middle area. So to here. Gonna select this and press G twice. Move it like that a little bit. This arm area. Extrude. Hit G twice to lift this up. G twice to lift this up. Nope, wrong way. Now, I'm gonna add some more loop cuts. Now, remember how to do that? Either click this or hit Control R. So I'm gonna hit this time. So just put it there. And then click back to the select tool. And select all of this area. And extrude. Grab in the X direction to bring it close towards. Another thing you could do is just extrude straight down. So I'm gonna select this, extrude in the Z direction and just bring it straight down, and then scale it in the Z direction to flatten it out. Now that looks very absurd right now, but it'll look better soon. So let's bring this pelvic area down, grab in the Z direction, grab in the X direction. I'm gonna grab this and this. Select like two areas like this and this. Just hold Shift. Grab that in the X direction to have it more towards the center. I'm gonna bring this up. Alright. Are we back? Yes. Let's line this up with the bottom. Grab it in the Z direction. Grab it in the Z direction. Not terrible. Grab this. On that axis. Grab that. We'll select those dots, and this is just refining the shape a little bit. G twice to move it smoothly. In the Z direction. Oh dear, what happened here? Oh, that's what happened. G twice again. Make sure to deselect something that you're not working with, in case, or else that will happen. In the Z direction, we're gonna flatten out this neck area just a little bit. Scale in the Z direction. Grab in the Z direction, and then extrude in the Z direction to make the neck. Flatten this out. So this is not too bad now. Now, to make this look a bit more like a body. Now, if yours doesn't look anything like a body and you're starting to panic, like, oh no, this looks terrible, don't worry. Just get the shapes right. We will soon be working from an image reference. Go in the Z direction. If you're completely lost, do look at the human body and try and replicate that general shape. But regardless of what it looks like, we're all going to be working from the same image soon. Just need to get the basic shapes down. Alright. So let's add some loop cuts here. What I'll do is hit Control R, and then with the mouse wheel, scroll a little bit to get a few loop cuts. Let's do 2 for now. And then on the torso, let's do 3 there. And we'll deal with the knees and elbow later. We just want to get some kind of body shape. Now the character we're going to be working with is going to be a female character. So I'm going to make this shape a little more on the neutral side of things. Going to use proportional editing now to round this out a little bit. So select this area by the armpit. I'm going to grab in the Y direction and push it out a little bit. Actually, what will be easier is if we hide half of this mesh. So if we hit B, that'll open this. This crosshairs for box selection. Select that, and then we hit H to hide. Now we can edit the front plane without affecting the back plane. Useful. Grab in the Y direction a little bit. Let's push that out. And push this out as well. Select a bit more of that in the Y direction. Alt hide. To unhide, you just hit Alt and then H. So let's go back to the side. B for box select. Select this half and H to hide. You can pull the butt out this way, grab in the Y direction and backwards a bit. See? That might be good. And this area, a little higher up, grab in the Y direction and Alt hide. So it looks a bit more humanly, just a tad. So grab the waist, grab in the X direction, pinch that in a little bit. Grab this, pull it out a little bit in the X direction. Give that down a little bit. This will rotate. R to rotate. Go in the Z direction. These shoulders are probably going to be thinned out a little bit, but for now we just want to work on getting this to look as human as we can. Just moving out these shapes a little bit. Just grabbing these. Now, let's get the arms to look a bit more like arms. Gonna add 3 loop cuts here and same here. 3. So we'll scale this part down a little bit. This part down a little bit too. This part will be, I'm gonna grab it with double G and push it up a bit. And this will be the rest, so scale that down. Alright, so this is the upper arm, the shoulder, that is the elbow area. This is the part where the arm gets a little bit fat past the elbow. Then this would be the rest. Alright, now up here it's going to be similar shape. I'm going to flatten these out a little bit. A lot, actually. I'm going to flatten it out a lot. It's going to be similar shape to the arm. And if you're a little confused, how I flatten things out is I select it. See what direction I want it to be flattened in and push it in that direction. Okay, so if I want it to be flat on the x-axis, I push it in the z direction. So scale, z, and push it down. You don't want to go past the area, just keep pushing it down. Alright, so scale that a little bit. Scale that a lot a bit. Bring that up a bit and scale that down. A little odd, but it works. Grab in the X direction. Now, it's just going to be a little bit of fiddling until this gets to a nicer body shape. A bit more on the cartoony end of things. just keep tweaking till you're happy with it. Can rest bringing this up a little bit. Now, let's try and get this side to look a little bit better. So let's actually, to make things a bit easier, let's hide this arm. Let's hide this whole arm. H to hide. And let's go to the side. We're gonna want this area to be a bit wider. So let's select this. And still with proportional editing on scale in the Y direction. Like that. Gonna select this. Alt and whatever your selection is. Grab it in the Y direction, pushing it forward a little bit. Grab in the Y direction. And then this area. Gonna scale that in the Y direction. Tweak the butt, grab it in the Y direction. Not too bad, not too shabby. And the legs. I'm gonna just take this whole part and line it up. Grab in the Y direction. Scale in the Y direction. Scale in the Y direction. All these scales just do in the Y direction because we've already sorted the front. So if you do everything in the Y direction, it won't affect the front. I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. Scale in the Y. Grab backwards. This, scale in the Y, grab backwards. Is that looking a bit more like body to you? I hope so. This is going to be the thigh, I guess. Grab in the direction. That's going to be the calf. And the ankle. Now let's get a foot. So we'll do another loop cut, Control R or click that button. We'll start it here-ish. We're gonna grab this area and E to extrude. I'm just gonna extrude in the, okay. Just be careful with your extrusions. If you think something's gone wrong, just redo it. Just redo it, honestly. Scale in the Y direction. No, scale in the Z direction. bring this down, grab that. Go in the Y direction. There's a foot. And let's unhide the arm. So actually, let's not do that just yet. Let's not do that just yet. Let's grab this area here. I'm gonna bring it back. With proportional editing still on, so grab in the Y direction. That should do it. And then the top area, bring that forward. Oh wait, let's turn off proportional editing this time. Grab in the Y direction. The neck does tilt a little forward. Select this and select this. Grab in the Y direction. Nope, grab in the X direction to round that area out. And same with this inner part, and this inner part. Grab in the X direction, push it that way. So that's a lot rounder, even though it's not perfectly round. This scale in the X direction. Scale in the X direction. Widen that out a little bit. Not bad for a body, don't you think? Let's unhide the arms now. Just adjust this to your heart's content. Remember, if you are unsure about any of the shortcuts that I'm using, I do have screencast keys on. So just have a quick click to the left. Grab some. That's the basic body. Basic body. Now, because most of you will not put a lot of, will not see the feet when you're wearing outfits. You don't usually need to put a crazy lot of effort into it, but I'll still go over it. So now let's just add a couple more loop cuts. Bring these down. Some more of a foot shape. And try and get these shapes straighter. Oh, and this part of it actually goes back a bit. It doesn't really go forward. Hope you guys are following alright. If you ever want to smooth something out, say this line is a little bit too jagged for you, use this tool here, smooth. Grab it and then adjust it a little bit by pulling and pushing. But just be careful, it's not a flawless tool. So don't use it absolutely everywhere unless it's making a good difference. That is pretty good. Not bad for the body. Alright. Next time we'll go on to the basic hand shapes. And the basic foot shapes too. And then after that, we'll be able to get these meshes and make them look less blocky. Less like they come from a game from the 80s or 90s. Alright. Hope you got all of that. Let's go back to object mode. We're also going to do something to take off all these hard shapes. Let me show you quickly now. Also remember to rename all of your layers so you don't get confused. So this one, we'll just double click, double left click, name that the head. This one, body. Actually, let's call it something else. Bodice. I'll tell you why later. But if we do this, object, shade smooth, it already looks a lot better. And here's another thing we're going to do tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing hands and feet, but the day after, we're going to deal with this subdivision subsurface to make it even smoother. So it doesn't have these really dark shadows. The more you smooth it, the better it's going to look. Also, definitely going to have to round out this neck. Let's not use this yet. Quickly round out this neck. It's a little too square. Yeah. Forgot that it was square. Round this out. Smoothing should do. No, smoothing won't do this time. Select this. Select this. Push not editing on. Grab in the X direction. Round that out a little bit. Scale in the Y direction. Scale in the Y. Round it out. Not perfectly, but it's a lot rounder than it was. These do need to come closer together. Scale in the Y direction. A little smoother. Scale in the third direction to flatten it out. That's a lot better. Actually, this will help too. Grab in the Y direction. Push not editing on. Bring that back a little bit. Just a tad. scale that in the right direction as well. I hope your body's looking alright. Let's turn off smoothing actually. I want to see these shapes for now. Hope you guys are following. Alright. That's the basic body for now. I did mention in a comment in the last video, however, we will be using Cat's Blender plugin much later in the tutorial, so there's no harm in getting it a bit early and being ahead of your peers in the class. It'll be fine. How long has my camera been off? Oh god. Alright, this video has been a huge mess, but hopefully you have a nice body. We made a body today, guys. I hope you're proud of yourselves. We'll be making hands and feet tomorrow, so do come to class on time and do your homework, push it in, get pics below, and I'll grade you. Make sure you're doing everything alright, okay? See you tomorrow. Bye. Farewell. Did you remember to save? You better save, okay? Otherwise I'm coming to your house. Save your work.